in society after living with the Indians were
this
quite
is
popular,
what we call
even
priming.
though some, like the famous Sovereignty
to get my
and
brain
Goodness of
into
God by Mary
American history
Rowlandson,
mode.
did admit that the Indians often treated their European captives
So
quite...
yeah, as I said, that was priming, because I'm about to go in and take my American history CLEP, so Lord willing, I will do well on that as well, and that will be the end of all my extra credits, except my one class I have left. Okay, so officially, good afternoon, now that I'm done with that. And yes, I passed my American history exam. Holy mackerel. Okay, let me just say, for any of you guys who are ever thinking, oh, it's a good idea, yeah, I know this, I'll pass CLEP. Unless you are a fluent native Spanish speaker, I would entirely not suggest taking the Spanish CLEP. Unless you really, really, really can answer every trivia question ever on American history, I suggest not taking the American history CLEP unless you really, really super study for it. These tests are not a joke, which I really appreciate, because if you're saying, I mean, the whole purpose of a CLEP is so that you don't have to, or it's based on your knowledge and experience. So you could study for it, for sure. I did not. I mean, I'm just saying, I taught American history for 5 years, and I was like, really, actually longer than that. 5, 6, 7 years I've taught American history, but I used 2 different books and a couple different other things. But it was really, really hard, and it was like, because a lot of it is deduction. It's not like facts and statements. A lot of it was like, okay, they would throw out some random excerpt from some random document, not even document, like a middle of a speech or something, but not ones that are even like really famous. There were some very famous ones, obviously, and those ones were like, okay, piece of cake, through this. But there were other ones, like, there were excerpts from books. Well, I'm assuming the one was from Sojourner Truth. Not entirely sure, though. I don't know if I got that one right or not. They don't really tell you which ones you get right or wrong. And then they're like, okay, here's an excerpt from whatever. Who is the author on one page? And then you flip to the other side, and it's like, what are they talking about? And you're like, what? And it's a whole, and like, obviously it was on slavery, but there's all different things. It could be this on slavery, it could be this person who wrote about this on slavery, whatever, for an example. So they are really, really, really difficult. So I'm just saying, make sure you know your stuff if you're planning on taking the CLEP, because they're not a joke, for sure. So yeah, that's it. So anyway, I'm about to run into Walmart here because I got to pick up some things, and quite honestly, oh crap, we can't get in that way. This is the least expensive place to do it, and I really like this Walmart because it's big and it's very well organized, very clean, very nice. Good morning, you guys. So it's kind of a gloomy day today. I guess it was really foggy out. It's getting a little bit better, but you can see it's kind of gloomy out. It's not really beautifully awesome as usual. It looks kind of good in the camera, though. Anyway, so I just figured I'm going to be finishing up all of my schoolwork for today. What was I doing? Filming the ceiling? I don't like that I can't see what I'm filming, but anyway, I'm going to be finishing up my schoolwork today, so I figured I'd make a good breakfast, and I'll just show you what I'm making. So I'm just making the Trader Joe's multigrain baking and pancake mix, and I'm going to put it in my Mickey waffle maker. But I did a little bit of a variation. It calls for, well, first I cut it in half, but it calls for just the baking mix, milk, egg whites, and oil. But instead of using just regular oil, I used coconut oil, which I use a little bit more because coconut oil obviously is in clumps as opposed to liquid form, and when you melt it down, it's actually it's gonna rend a little bit less than what it would actually was. So I just put a little bit more than what it was called for, and it says 2 egg whites, but I just put a whole egg just because I don't feel like messing with that, and I don't want to waste egg yolks. And then I just added some pumpkin pie spice, a little bit of allspice, and I had just a little bit of ground cloves because I love the flavor of allspice and cloves. It just tastes like Thanksgiving and Christmas to me. So that's what I've done. I'm going to add my mix in and make my... Here's my Mickey waffle. It came out good. There was a cool effect that happened with this because of the coconut oil, which I've never seen happen before. It almost like deep fried the waffle, which is pretty cool because it's healthy. And my bacon and this is not all maple syrup. It's actually agave syrup. So, and I got my egg cooking up, and yep, that'll be mine. And then here's Josh's. I put cranberries in mine, my waffle, but Josh doesn't like anything plain purist. So there's awesome news. I'm so excited. Actually, I have gotten a bunch of my work done, and I only have 2 major assignments left, and then 1 little one, and that's it. And they're all done. So yay! I'm like, awesome way to end the night. Yeah. So that's about it for me for today. Again, promise next week's going to be awesome. That's why I'm trying to get all this stuff done, because next week's going to be so much fun. Yay! So, anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. We will see you tomorrow, and remember, it is all part of the plan. Good night.